Right now, we're seeing a lot of wasted potential from Jai Opetaia. It's not really his fault, but the guy just can't seem to fight anybody worth fighting. The reigning lineal and IBF Cruiserweight champion is set to defend his crown against mandatory challenger Houston Sin Cara on December 6th in Australia. I have no clue who Sin Cara is. We've been wanting Opetaia to fight at least Zurdo or Badu Jack for few years now. But once again, it's not really Opetaia's fault. But the thing I love about Opetaia as well, he stays active. This would be his third fight just this year. He had a massive knockout victory back in January, and then he did the same thing in June. The guy is just a brutal fighter, 28 wins, 22 by knockout, and he's only 29 years old. He has the ability to go undisputed at this division, easily. He just needs the guys to actually fight him. It's been clear that he's been wanting a unification bout for a while now, and he wants to go undisputed. The guys that hold the belts right now are Zurdo Ramirez and Jack. And then of course Zurdo Ramirez, who holds the WBO and the WBA belts. That's going to be a very tough one, a close fight, a very good fight. But I think Opetaia has the abilities to fight him. Why they're not making this fight is beyond me. Once again, Zurdo is a very talented fighter. He has the reach, he has the size, he has the abilities to beat Opetaia. Once again, I favor Opetaia against him, but this should be a fight that boxing needs to see. We hear so much about Turkey, who's been sponsoring Jai Opetaia, about him saving boxing. Well, if you want to save boxing, you should be making this fight. Zurdo versus Opetaia. The Cruiserweight division is a weak division, one of the weakest divisions in boxing. Of course, you have Dwight Muhammad Qawi, you have Evander Holyfield, then a really bad break in the division. Then Usyk comes around, one of the best boxers ever. All right, then he goes away. Cruiserweight is weak for a year or two. Then Jai Opetaia comes, and now it's actually fun again. There's actually some boxers that could actually make a very good fight, but they just can't seem to fight Jai Opetaia, the boogeyman in the division right now. And it kind of brings up a question, what should Jai Opetaia do? Should he keep fighting these bums? And no disrespect, I shouldn't be calling them bums, but should he be fighting these C-level fighters, D-level fighters? I mean, we don't know these guys. We already know Jai Opetaia is going to knock him out within 6 or 7 rounds. We knew this, but I can't blame him for taking these fights, staying active. I love the activity. One of my favorite things in boxers is the activity. Naoya Inoue is one of my favorite boxers because he stays active. Jai Opetaia at Cruiserweight, having his third fight this year. That's how boxing should be. And he's not getting these big paychecks either. He's not going to be getting this big paycheck fighting this dude, right? He didn't get a big paycheck fighting his last dude, I'm sure, back in June, but he's staying active. And that's how champions should be, fighting their mandatories and doing what they got to do. But the question about what he should do next, he should potentially consider moving up to heavyweight if he can't get the Zurdo fight in the next year. I mean, he's rotting away at Cruiserweight. Sure, he could be known as one of the best Cruiserweights ever, but he could do a lot of damage at heavyweight as well. This heavyweight division, which has been weakening a lot. Usyk's getting older now. Once he leaves, I mean, the division's going to get scattered in the heavyweight division. Belts are going to get scattered. Jai Opetaia could definitely have the abilities. Bulk up, put a couple more pounds of muscle on. He has the abilities to beat guys at heavyweight. He has the power. I just hate seeing guys in divisions where they're the best, but they're avoided. And because of that, he suffers and us as fans suffer. It's not, of course, Opetaia's fault that people are ducking him, that there's not a lot of competition there. He's doing what he has to do. Staying active, fighting his mandatories. Before we continue, I'm going to give a shout out to my sponsor at Hayabusa, some of the best boxing equipment out there. Make sure to use the code ALEXD, all caps, get a percentage off your order. Link will be down below in the description. I made a video a couple of days ago about the awesome pro boxing Hayabusa shoes. I love them. I wear them. Made a review on that. Make sure to check them out. If you like those shoes, hey, make sure to use the Hayabusa code, get a percentage off your order. But then we also got news that Badu Jack vs. Opetaia is scheduled and rumored eyed for January of 2026 by Turki Al Sheikh. One, that's kind of a quick turnaround, right? If Opetaia is fighting in December, having a fight now in January, it's going to be January 31st, 2026 in Saudi Arabia, of course. All right, early December is his next fight. So that gives him close to 2 months, all right? Early December and then late January, close to 2 months. That is a pretty quick turnaround. Opetaia is probably going to make easy work of his opponent, not going to maybe cut a lot of weight, so maybe it's not that draining. But fight a guy like Badu Jack, who I think he can definitely beat, though. But trying to make weight again, go in another training camp, that's a quick turnaround. I don't know what Turkey's thinking. This guy, Turkey, he's really unreasonable with a lot of his fights. All right, sure, make Badu Jack, that'd be great. But January 31st, when he has a fight in December? No, make it March, at least. All right, don't make it January, the next month after his fight. That makes no sense. But that'd be a good fight. I think Opetaia stops him within 10. The fight we want to see is Jai Opetaia versus Zurdo Ramirez. We need to make it happen. It's a 55-45 fight in favor of Opetaia. I think Opetaia will beat him. I'll bet my money on Opetaia, but Zurdo has the abilities to win. That's a fight that needs to be made then for the undisputed belts. Hey, if they want to set up this Opetaia versus Jack fight, he gets the unification. He has 2 belts. Zurdo has 2 belts. Build up for the undisputed at the end of next year. I'll take it. But if you're going to have Opetaia fight Jack in January, the month after he had already had a fight. That's dumb. Make the fight in March, then make the undisputed fight in September, October of 2026. There you go. Perfect. Then Opetaia can become undisputed, or at least fight for undisputed titles. Maybe get a rematch if he loses. Then bump up to heavyweight and have a pretty career there. I think I mentioned earlier, I said 29 years old. He's actually 30 years old, turned 30 in June, so has still a good solid 4 or 5 years and could make some noise at heavyweight. Let's make it happen. Let's make these fights happen. Stop wasting his potential. Make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you guys think of this next fight. What do you think about Jai Opetaia? Who should he fight? Will he fight Zurdo? And will he beat Zurdo? I'm out, guys. Peace.